Hey, I'm Molly Hunter, and welcome to the Modelo Fighting Chance series. Today we welcome two extraordinary creatives and key figures in the culture, Killer Mike and Terry J. Vaughn. Welcome. It seems like every day we hear about another amazing project you both are working on. Tell us more about your journey and what pushed you to persevere through difficult times to achieve your goals.
It's ironic that the album Pledge, my third installment of the Pledge Allegiance to the Ryan series, 2 days ago, it was 10 years. And I remember you and Groove gave me an opportunity at a discounted rate to record in a very professional studio. It was after a really long, hard mixtape run. And it put me back in the mindset of championship, of of knowing that I could be an artist that did major things, major numbers, and toured big. If it had not been for the opportunity that you gave me, I potentially couldn't have been here at this moment in this way.
Terry, what about you? Tell us about your journey and what pushed you through difficult times.
I've always been a butterfly. I'm not afraid to take the step. And though I had no idea what I was doing, I took the chance and I took the opportunity. And, even when I first got into acting, of course, the most important thing for me was the training. And once I got into it and I was rocking and I was rolling, I still never forgot or never had the thought about I really need to be a boss. I still had that driving inside of me.
So what was the biggest thing you learned during that moment, and how has it helped you in your career?
Well, I mean, you follow lean into the things that work. I've been an organizer and a mobilizer since I was 15. That's 30 years. So I was doing that before I was ever a rapper. So I've never stopped doing the things that I truly was passionate about.
Terry, you began your career in front of the camera, starring in roles that we all know. Now you're directing and producing behind the camera, showing there's no limits to what you can do. How did you hustle to get ahead and shape your mindset of resilience?
Well, I think the biggest thing is something that Mike said is that I love it. Like, I love this business, and I don't think you can really shine and prosper and last and have, longevity unless you love it, because the grind is too hard and grimy and it ain't fun or none of that. And you get way more no's than you ever get a yes. So you have to love it so much that you take 1,000 no's and you still get up the next day and still keep going. And that's really what it is. It's just, I love this art form. I love telling stories. I love being able to put brown faces on the screens and tell our stories. It's important to me that my daughter sees things that reflect her, that she can look up to. So it's more than just about being a celebrity or being known or being on TV. It's so much more than that. And that's really what keeps me going. I love this.
Killer Mike, so you grew up in Atlanta, Georgia, as a multi-hyphenated activist, artist, musician, and entrepreneur. How did your city help cultivate your talents?
It produces a bunch of talented Black folk. So theater and dance were important. Art was important because not only did you have rich Black folk, working class Black folk, you had Black folks with a lot of culture in my community.
So with all your successes and the many opportunities to come, what motivates you to keep fighting, and what advice do you have for our viewers?
For me, it's the imagination of the 12-year-old child that told him he could do anything he wanted to do. This little chubby Black boy sitting at Carey Heights Elementary School, 7th grade, in the late 80s, talking about he gonna be a rapper when nobody outside of New York was a rapper at the time. So that audacity of a child to imagine yourself as big as you possibly can is what drives me.
Terry, what about you? With all of your successes, what keeps you motivated to keep fighting? And what advice do you have for our viewers?
Again, the love of what I do and the impact that I know that it has on the world, specifically Black people, specifically young Black girls, that really motivates me. I really want them to keep being able to tune in and see reflections of themselves, to challenge themselves, to believe that they can really do anything, because that's really the truth. And I just hope that the work that I do and the characters that I've played and the content that I create, I hope that is what it's doing. It's making people believe in themselves, dream bigger.
I'm grateful for this insightful time that we spent. Thank you to you both for sharing your fighting spirit stories. At this time, I'd like to make a toast to you both and to all of our viewers that are joining us. We'd like to thank you for joining us for the Modelo Fighting Chance Project, brought to you by Modelo. Until next time, keep moving forward and keep showing your fighting spirit. To learn more, go to www.modelousa.com/fighting-chance.